We are very pleased then that we will be, from the 1st of October, easing travel restrictions. We've agreed that we will gradually open our borders and ports of entry for international travelers, primarily in the first instance for business and some leisure travel, and other aspects of travel such as investors coming into South Africa, sea crews that need to spend a short time having docked at our ports. So we still are in a restricted domain, but we are gradually opening up. We have determined, using the WHO criteria, what our average level is. And we've then agreed that countries that significantly are above the level of South Africa's infection and death rates, those countries will remain determined by us as high-risk countries. Those that fall within the South African or below the South African domain would be medium, and then far below is low risk. Travelers that intend to visit our country will be expected to produce a PCR test which is not older than 72 hours from the time of departure from the country of origin to South Africa. So let me repeat that. Travelers coming to South Africa will have to have done a PCR test. Scientifically, they say it's polymerase chain reaction test, not older than 72 hours from the time of departure from your country of origin to South Africa. The test must be conducted by a certified medical practitioner, and the certificate you produce at point of entry must have the name and signature of the practitioner who conducted the test. I think this must be communicated very, very clearly for every traveler to know that we expect them to arrive at point of entry with a certified PCR test. Upon arrival at a port of entry, travelers will be screened for any COVID-19 symptoms. So the fact that you have a certificate does not mean we won't take your temperature, does not mean we won't screen. We will continue to screen and also be screened for contact with people who've been infected with the COVID-19 virus. So you may very well be asked questions about contacts, etc. Travelers will also have to provide proof of accommodation addresses in case they need to self-isolate for at the time of arrival in the country. So if they show symptoms and indicate that I have a booking in a hotel in Johannesburg, if that hotel or that accommodation is of a character that allows you to self-isolate, we would allow you to enter the country, but you've got to undergo the required quarantine period. Travelers for leisure purposes from high-risk countries will not at present be permitted into South Africa. Only persons who are high-skills visa holders, who are investors in the economy of South Africa, will be allowed entry if they are from a high-risk country, or diplomats, as is currently the regulatory position, right? So the regulations with respect to persons traveling from high-risk countries remain in place. So leisure travel, not permitted. Leisure travelers will be permitted from medium risk and low risk countries. We will also allow travel for travelers from the African continent, both for business and leisure purposes. But everybody will be required to be screened, and they should have a test. And if you don't come with a test, or your test is old and we test you here in South Africa and you're found to be positive, you will have to undergo 10-day mandatory quarantine at a facility identified by the state, but at your own cost, because you knew prior to departure that you had to come with a negative test if you wished to be admitted.
The Department of Home Affairs is extending the validity period of legally issued visas, which expired during the lockdown period to 31st of January 2021. We want to inform the nation that people can now come to apply for their IDs and to apply for their passports. We are no longer categorizing people who must get passports. Visa services, including submission of application through the VFS, the Visa Facilitation Services Global, will also resume on the following categories of visas: Visitors Visa, Study Visa, Treaty Visa, Business Visa, Crew Visa, Medical Treatment Visa, Relatives Visa, all these type of visas. As Minister has said about the countries that are coming from high infection and the conditions under which those countries will be expected to visit our country. I was just trying to get it on my document. Oh yes, it's ready here. Yes, the high-risk countries, we have got Puerto Rico, Qatar, Romania, Russia, San Marino, St. Martin, Slovakia, Slovenia, Suriname, Switzerland, Trinidad and Tobago, Turks and Caicos Islands, Ukraine, United Kingdom, United States of America, United States Virgin Islands, and Venezuela. The Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Faroe Islands, France, French Polynesia, Georgia, Gibraltar, Greece, Guam, Guatemala, Guyana, and the Honduras, Hungary, Iceland, India, Iran, Iraq, Ireland, Israel, Jamaica, Jordan, Kosovo, Kuwait, Lebanon, Luxembourg, Maldives, Malta, Mexico, Moldova, Monaco, Montenegro, Netherlands, Nepal, North Macedonia, Oman, Palestine, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, and Portugal.